Welcome back everyone to a new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2016. Now, as some of you may have read perhaps or seen, the world structure has been announced, and given how I won and got top 4 at a city championship last weekend, I now have 40% of CPs required for worlds. We're very close to the invite, and we are also very close to the VGC invite. So I might face a tough decision come July. I don't want to jinx it or anything, and people always ask me like, oh, but if you qualify for both, which one are you going to play? Honestly, I had so much fun this weekend at TCG, and it had been a decent while since I had done so well at an event that I was just very, very happy to... I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It sparked my TCG spark, I guess. It had been a long time since tournaments had started. And yeah, I'm just very excited. We're very close to an invite. I really think we will get it for sure. I have no doubts in my mind that we will get that invite. So it's only a matter of when, not if. And I really don't know. I really have no idea which worlds I would play. I really don't know at this point. But let's focus on the game. I have no idea what my opponent is playing. I didn't pay attention to the previous screen. So I'm just gonna farewell letter 3 times, get myself a shaman potentially. That Eevee is very nice, as we do want to combo up with the Blacksmith. So I'm gonna bench Eevee. I don't think my opponent will get a KO this next turn, so I'm gonna get rid of one Ball Compressor and the teammates. I will get a Zorua. Could get a Shaman, but there's no need right now, and I don't know what my opponent is playing, so getting the Zorua is kind of the safer play. Now, with the compressor, I will get rid of another of the third fire energy, if it's in there, yep. And I think I'm gonna get rid of the Spinarak and Ariados. I don't think I will be needing the extra damage. In the end, there are 2 Pokemon which you can use to discard stuff, or to power up Vespiquen. And in the rare case that you do have to bench Spinarak or something, you do get that nice extra 10 damage bonus from Ariados. And it does help Zoroark and potentially Flareon, but I don't think it will be too relevant. Too relevant here. Now, my opponent is going to play an Ultra Ball. We're definitely going to find out what he's using now. And he's using a Fire deck, so we could potentially be seeing a Mirror Match. It could also be one of the Entei decks that seem to be quite popular as of late. But we'll see how this goes. Yep, there's the Entei. So, Entei, Blacksmith, double tools. It's going to be a very interesting match. My opponent is lagging. Or so he says. It's definitely not server issues because I'm not lagging at all. And yeah. Don't worry about it. Just keep playing. Just go ahead and play, man. Might be your connection as well. So who knows? This is definitely a Turbo Entei deck. What did he discard? Charizard, okay. So Turbo Entei Charizard. Does have a lot of potential with Blacksmith. Charizard can 1-hit KO. Shamans can 1-hit KO. Yveltals. Assault Vest is an amazing card, because now I'm going to be very... wow. Double Assault Vest. So best case scenario, I will be 2-hit KOing this Entei unless I manage to power up something through Blacksmith. That's going to be very, very tough. That double Assault Vest, that's broken. How does Night March deal with that? How does Yveltal deal with that? I guess you power up 2 darks. That's not too bad, but Charizard also cleans house against Yveltal with a muscle band. That double assault vest, that's 80 damage reduced. That's a lot of damage reduction. And there's the Blacksmith. So I definitely have to take advantage of this Shaman and potentially the benched one in order to get 4 prizes, and then I'll only have to deal with 1 Entei, perhaps. But that double assault vest is very scary. Very, very scary. You're being recorded. Wow. Is he going to play the other? Wow. Well, he does get to attack, and he does get to KO Jirachi here. So we're definitely in trouble. Just play, man. It's not a problem. My opponent probably got the best possible first turn. Look at his deck. It's already 25 cards left in his deck. Wow. And he's going to KO Jirachi. That's the biggest issue. And he's going to prevent 30 more damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Jirachi, that's 7. But unless we Blacksmith for the KO, we are pretty screwed. The good thing is both Zoroark and Vespiquen can potentially get the KO through Blacksmith. So gonna have 5 turns. There are 3 Shaman on the bench, so that's pretty ideal. Those might be the key to us winning here. Now I do get the Versus Seeker. I don't have Escape Rope. Using teammates doesn't really help us too much. I mean, I could Scorched Earth, I guess, to draw 2 extra cards, see what I get. Shaman. Okay, so we're getting closer to the Blacksmith, I guess. Wow. 3 Professor Sycamore. At least we have the Flareon now. If I got a compressor here, why Sycamore? Do I draw the 4th Sycamore? Nope. Okay. So I might be forced to sacrifice the Zorua here. Is it worth using the Verse Seeker for teammates at this point? I don't think it is. So I'm just gonna Sycamore away. And there's the Blacksmith. Okay. So if my opponent decides, if he has a Lysander onto Flareon, that's his probable best play. Sucks that I didn't draw well, nothing useful really. But this is it for now. Next turn I do have the KO on that Entei, and that benched Entei doesn't have the double assault vest yet, so it's not that big a problem yet. That's the key part here, the key word, yet. Now decking out is also a possibility. My opponent is really running through his deck. We're even right now, but you never know. You really never know. Because the smart play would have been the Verse Seeker for the teammates. Because my Shaman could also be liabilities themselves. They really could be. Now, what tool is this? A muscle band. Okay, that's fine by me. The good thing here is he's kind of forced to either play a DCE, also to use his Verse Seekers onto Blacksmith potentially instead of Lysanders. He hasn't used a single one though. There's another Blacksmith. Does he power up the benched Entei, or does he go for the knockout with this Entei? That's the thing. 30 damage isn't too impressive. The only reason he got a KO is because he hit for weakness, so he's just gonna hit for 30 and prevent 20 damage. With the muscle band and the Pokemon he has on his bench, that's enough for Zoroark to take a KO. It's not enough for Vespiquen yet. Now the question here is, do I use a new Zoroark or do I use the damaged one? That's a big question here. With the muscle band he won't be KOing either way, so I am inclined to use this Zoroark. I don't know yet though. What's the safer play? I think this guy, because I can potentially KO both Enteis, and afterwards I can survive the Shaman hit unless he has another muscle band. So with Mind Jack this should be enough for the KO. Wow. Oh, it decreases 30 damage. That's right. Not 20. Oh. Well, that's the most damage we could have dealt anyways. Now, it's not the end of the world, but definitely not ideal. That was kind of a misplay on my part. I didn't have any other play though. Like, what could I have done? Sacrificed the Zorua? 4 Vespiquen in hand. So that's pretty lucky, I guess. But that also kind of prevents him from using Sycamore in order to get his double colorless energy out to get KOs. Another 30 damage wouldn't be too significant. Now I really regret not attacking with this Zoroark, I guess. Not sure. He goes for his 4th Shaman here. He got rid of 2 DCEs. So if he knocks Zoroark, I do have a potential 3 extra cards, I guess, to find my Vespiquen. Or I just need to do 10 damage. So a DCE on Vespiquen could potentially be enough. We'll see. We will see. I haven't used a single DCE. I haven't seen any DCE, and there's 16 cards left in my deck. He also mentioned he was looking for DCEs, and he has 10 cards left in his deck. So there's a Vespiquen for Lysander. Probably going to take down a Shaman or the Flareon. Okay, he decides to go after the Flareon to prevent any more Blacksmith shenanigans. I still should have another Eevee and another Flareon left. And that means I can KO with Zoroark, and he has a chance himself to KO if he flips Tails with Heat Tackle. That would be pretty amazing. Unless Assault Vest prevents that damage. I guess we'll find out. He flips heads though, so we won't find out. We really won't. Gonna check how many Pokemon are in my discard pile right now. Do top deck the Flareon. Gonna bench the Unknown and use Farewell Letter, and I will check right now how many Pokemon in my discard pile. I get the AC. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I definitely need to attack with Zoroark here. I cannot attack with anything else. I really don't want to bench another Shaman. I could also get one back to prevent him from just KOing both and winning that way, which I think is the right move here. I'm gonna deal so much damage. I only needed 10. And still no DCE. There's one DCE. at least. So I should be able to get the KO on this Entei afterwards. Either Zoroark or Vespiquen should be able to. We haven't seen any other combi either, which sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, Lysander. So who is he going to take down? Shaman? Yep, Shaman. So if he flips heads, no, he flips tails. Now I don't want to KO with Vespiquen though, because I'm gonna KO with the clean Zoroark. I think I'm still okay actually, as long as I don't bench Shaman. He has no more energy in play. I'm going to Ultra Ball to Shaman. I don't really need all of those. Gonna get a combi here, but the question is, should I bench it? Because if he has a DC Muscle Band, he could Lysander and KO. How many Verse Seekers? All 4 Verse Seekers. 1 Lysander in the discard pile. Gonna hold it. Gonna hold. Okay, let me just make sure. That's 160 damage. That's only a Muscle Band. He has 100 HP left, so this should be enough. It really should be. And he has no more Verse Seekers, so he might not be able to power up another Entei, because who knows how many Blacksmiths he runs. There's only 1 in the discard pile. Oh, there's 2. I would expect him to run at least... Okay, there's the 3rd one, and he attaches DCE. So he will take this prize, but what will he do afterwards? Zoroark has the exact KO. I saved this one because it has the double fires, just in case he attached an Assault Vest right now. And yeah, he realizes he's out of commission for now. He flips tails again, so that's awesome. Now I still take the KO with Zoroark though. How many DCs? 1, 2, 2. He has DC and Blacksmith, but no Entei. Wow. So does that mean it was priced? What does that mean? The Hex Maniac doesn't help me either. So I'm just gonna stand in and take the KO with Mind Jack. Super close game, man. Super close game. I mean, you could still get Entei out. You really could. I guess he has no switch, because if he has Entei, he can just bench it and power it up, be at the mercy of my Lysander. He could also attach an energy to a Shaman, let me KO this one, and then retreat DCE Blacksmith KO. So he's gonna try there. He has the energy. There's 5 cards left. Does he have the Entei? Goes after Trainer's Mail. Huh. Gets the Ultra Ball. So there's the Entei, man. This is still far from over, and it's been a pretty long game. It really has been a pretty long game. Is your Entei your last prize? How many fire energy do you run? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you run more than 6? Goes for the Ultra Ball. He discarded Giovanni's and Scorched Earth. Got the Entei, of course. If he does play the Entei, I'm gonna be forced to bench my Shaman and other stuff in order to get my Verse Seeker to Lysander it up and KO it. If he has a switch, we know he has a Blacksmith and the DC, or at least he said so. So, if he decides to bring up Shaman and promote Entei, or bring up Shaman and promote the other Shaman, either way, I'm going to go for the Vespiquen. That's what I'm going to do for sure. He's really thinking things through. There's a fire energy. Why would you attach? He should have attached to the benched Shaman. Okay, so this makes it mandatory. If he has a last muscle band, he could KO, but he has no more Lysander, I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna battle compressor away everything. Okay, I only have one Vespiquen and one Lysander. So I'm going to get rid of the Ultra Ball, the battle compressor, and the Eevee. I'm going to have to bench both combis, and I have only 2 cards to draw. I need it, and I got it. Okay. Thankfully, that was too close. Too close. That is GG, man. But still, no DCE. I played the whole game. There's 5 cards left in my deck, and just 1 DCE. And it's not even like it's priced. Pretty weird game. And I only KO because of the... Yeah, that was the correct play. Would have been the correct play. He's going to do 30 damage here. Or muscle band Lysander. He plays a lot of fire energy. Yeah, for sure. But it was still a better play. GG, man. I still need my DCE, I guess. If he brings this guy up. Because I will only deal 70 damage. 90. Gonna have to retreat and use Vespiquen. But I can Vespiquen and Sycamore here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Sycamore, get rid of all these Pokemon, just to make sure I can get everything. There's my DCE. Then I simply retreat and promote Shaman. No problem. GG. It was very slow for sure. So that's the game. A very close game. Definitely up to him not having that last Entei at the end. But we also drew pretty weirdly. So, since the video has already been pretty long, although that was a very intense match. We were down, we were very far behind. And we managed to bring it back up. And sneak away with a win. So let's see what our next game brings us. I really am liking this deck. It's definitely shows why it has won a couple of city championships here and there. It hasn't really made a presence in Mexico at all. But we'll see. We will see. I lose the coin flip. No problem there. Didn't pay attention, and we're up against a player who played in Boston, just like I did. So we're going second. Do I risk the combi? Because I'm only running one stadium. So I'm just gonna promote Unknown here. Gonna bench both combis. and the other unknown. If he decides to promote combi with a Lysander turn 1, good for him. He flips over Miltank. So that's good, I guess. My hand is not very good though. We have a potential 2 cards to get out of it. Maybe a third one as we top deck our second turn. But I'm not liking my odds. At least we have all the supporters and the pile compressors to get out of this situation. Now, we have learned nothing from my opponent's deck yet. Due to the Miltank, I would assume it's some sort of Crobat deck. Potentially Yveltal. Now we're gonna find out. Okay, unknown. That means Yveltal, I guess. Not entirely sure. But I would guess Yveltal. That would definitely be my guess. It's gonna Ultra Ball. So, oh wow. It's a Swampert. That's a Swampert. Wow. So it's an Archie's version of the Empoleon deck, I guess. Instead of Empoleon Miltank, it's Swampert Miltank. Does he get the turn 1 Archies? 2 cards left. Plays an Escape Rope. So he's not going to be able to attack right now. I don't mind losing 1 combi, I guess. He will fill up his bench up by a lot. And that's the Archies, I'm guessing. It's either Archies or Sycamore. It's one of the two. He's not playing it though. There's the Archies, yep. So pretty nice turn 1 Archies for my opponent. I'm very jealous for sure. He's channeling his inner Blastoise winning list. He uses Diving Search, so he's going to be able to top deck whatever he wants and or needs. I top deck a very useless card, and especially if he gets if I top deck a Sycamore. But what are you gonna do? Another unknown, still nothing to get us out of this. And I'm just gonna pass here. Nothing else I can do. No use in wasting the Muscle Band. He will get a KO for sure. He can 1 KO every single Pokemon in my deck except for Shaman. So that's definitely something important to consider here. I wonder if this if this is just a Swampert Miltank deck. Plays a Skyfield. And he's going to use Archies for a Greninja. So that's definitely going to be a problem. Because Greninja, with its Water Shuriken, will be able to start damaging my low HP Pokemon. I hope he targets Combi. Because I will be able to evolve. Hope he targets the active combi, but he's not going to do that. Yeah, he knows Zoroark is a big threat here, because he's going to use a lot of benched Pokemon. He wants to get as many Greninja out as possible. So we're definitely in big trouble here. He can 1-hit KO every single Pokemon as long as he has a Muscle Band attached to a Miltank, or he uses the counters on the active. Otherwise, Miltank does whiff on the KOs. Top deck an unknown. Let's see what this unknown brings us. An ideal would be a Ball Compressor, but nope. Not even an energy to be able to use Intelligence Gathering. I definitely sacrifice the Eevee here. And hope to top deck next turn. Not gonna attach the Muscle Band just yet either. Another Ball Compressor. Can potentially get another Greninja into play here, which would be pretty sick. Can't believe he's been able to Archie twice. Now, because he does have Swampert, that means yeah, he can control what he top decks and therefore makes it easier for him to use Archies. He has maintenance, wow. I would guess he goes for Greninja here, another Greninja. That would be pretty thick, because he would put 60 damage on Eevee and then KO either Zoroark or Vespiquen. So we're in big trouble here. Just one water shuriken for now. Does get rid of a water energy, and he does attack the active. He gets rid of everything, goes for an unknown, benches it. Diving Surge for Archies, then unknown. Wow. This is pretty thick, guys. Pretty thick. If he gets a water energy out of the 5 cards, potentially 6 with the other unknown, he will be able to... Excuse me. He will be able to KO the Eevee. He does get it. Wow. So the sacrificial lamb here is Vespiquen, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Pokemon in the discard. Goes for Battle Compressor. I think this deck would have a lot of trouble against an efficient attacking Mega Pokemon, but this is not the case, so very interesting deck, to be honest. And Swampert is a pretty good attacker as well, because Hydro Pump does 30 more damage. For a 3 water energy, you're dealing 130 damage, and there's no reason for him to use double colorless energy. And we top deck a Vespiquen, so we just pass here. Now this can happen, guys, it's part of the game. I dead drew. I had a lot of cards that could have helped me, but in the end it didn't matter. This happens, it definitely happened to me over the weekend. One of the games I lost was because of this, so I'm just gonna concede because my opponent is being a bit lame, but not just attacking and winning. What? I conceded. And we only get 1 token for our efforts. So that will be all for today, guys. Sorry about that disappointing second game, but it happens. That's something to factor in when you're building your decks and everything. How often do you dead draw? If it happens often, what will you change to accommodate that? This deck, I guess, could use some trainer's mail, something like that. Who knows? But thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow in Spanish or Friday in English. And yep, please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.